Good afternoon, friends. This is a personal development program by Dr. Robert Alney. It's named The Dynamic Power of Deliberate Creation. He starts the presentation in a very interesting way. He claims that he can predict your future with 100% accuracy. He uses this sentence. If you keep thinking what you're thinking, you'll keep doing what you're doing, and you'll keep getting what you're getting. Now, think it this way. Like what you are right now or what you have right now is not because of your present thoughts or present actions. It's because of your past actions and past thoughts. And what if you are not where you wanted to be, then you're going to have to make some changes. Those changes apply to your thoughts and also your actions. As far as my English is concerned, my languages, my presentations, everything is concerned, it's absolutely true. Because as far as English is concerned, once I was one of those guys who could score high marks in English, in all the exams, plus 2, SPLC, in all the exams, who could score high marks in English, still couldn't communicate effectively in English. I was one of those guys who did his formal education for 18, 19 years in English, then he wasn't and still that person wasn't confident in English. So, what would have happened if I hadn't taken the decision to work on my English very seriously? Exactly right opposite to what's happening right now. I would be sitting there listening to this presentation, somebody doing this presentation and wondering how that person could do the presentation exactly as you are doing right now. So, let me introduce myself. My name is Anish. I'm a BTech graduate. I completed my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering in the year 2008 from Georgia Engineering College. And after that, I did some courses in computer hardware and networking. And from last December onwards, I've been here. My father is a bank officer and my mother is a teacher. And I have a younger brother. He's doing his 4th year MBBS at Jubilee Mission Medical College, Thrissur. And currently, I'm looking forward to joining MTech course, and I have got the admission in Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology, and I'll be joining there within 2 or 3 weeks. So now, let me take you to a hypothetical question. Consider a beach, and in that beach, you consider a tiny grain of sand. So, however tiny it is, we can measure the mass of that thing, right? We can measure the mass of, however tiny the sand may be, we can measure the mass. So, provided we get the mass, we can calculate the gravity it exerts on the other things. So, being the sand grain so small and being the mass very small, the gravity also might be very, very infinitesimal. Say it's negligible. But consider a trillion sand grains as that. Consider the moon. Say the moon. It's composed of trillions and trillions of such sand grains. So, combined mass of this trillion sand grains is a very huge thing. So, being the mass very huge, the gravity it exerts also is very huge. We know the gravity of the moon. It can move even the water of the oceans. So, it exerts a very huge gravity. So, now we could move on to the hypothetical portion. Think that I'm telling you that the thought that we have, any tiny thought, any tiny desire we have, this is actually a thing. I'm telling you that the thought or the desire that we have, it's actually a thing. So, being a thing, a substance, that particular thing should have a mass. So, once it has a mass, we can calculate the gravity. So, note comparing to the sand, or we could compare this with the sand grain. For the sand grain or for a single thought, the gravity is very small. It's negligible. Consider the thought that is done by millions of people. A very huge number of people does the same thought. So the mass adds up. Like the mass of trillions of sand grain, the mass of trillions of or billions of thought is also actually a considerable mass. Being the mass considerable, it can also exert quite a large amount of gravity on the physical things. So what I am trying to tell you is that if we could compare this sand grain and the thought, or if we can think the thought that we have as a physical thing, that we can say that it can attract physical things. Our thought can attract physical things. So now the question comes to me: do I believe in this one? Of course I do believe in this one, because that's how the things have worked out for me. Once I've already told you that I was one of those guys who couldn't communicate in English even after 18, 19 years of his formal education. So I had to admit that my soft skills wasn't good enough, my communication skill wasn't good enough, or my quality wasn't good enough to get into one organization. Even though I have the qualification, my quality wasn't good enough to get me into a good organization. I was in search of some organization who could help me in improving my soft skills and my communication and my quality. So personally, I don't believe in advertisements. I believe that anything that they say in advertisements somehow cheats the customer. So personally, I don't believe in advertisements. So I was searching for mouth publicity, or I was asking my friends, my relatives about some organization that could help me in my communication and my soft skills. So it was during one of those days that I got a course of engineering. You might be wondering that is what's a big deal in such a course. But let me tell you that he wasn't making that call very intentionally. He was practicing calling somebody, and he was making calls to random numbers. And fortunately, he dialed my number. And what he told me was, this is an organization, the name is Oxygen, and we are conducting a corporate language workshop. And you have a peer assessment test, and you perform well enough in the peer assessment test, you can take part in the workshop. So the way he spoke, the language he used, I won't say that I believed him, but it generated some sort of curiosity in my mind. Like, he is telling like this, so could this be true? Or is there anything in his speech? So I decided to check it out. So I came here and took the peer assessment test, and Shalsa told me that you could attend the next day's class, and after that I could decide whether to continue the class or not. So the next day I came. Do you know what the first sentence that he told me? He told me that I am not here to teach you anything. I am not here to teach you anything. I am here just to guide you how to study. Believe me when I tell you this, if my teachers at the college were able or had been able to do this, I would have been the rank holder. I would have been the university rank holder. So the person who couldn't speak English, or who couldn't communicate effectively in English, such a person could complete the course here and speak like this within 18 days of training here. Within 18 days of training here, I am able to do a presentation like this. So I am assuring you that it's possible for all of you, provided you are capable of, or you are willing to put double as much effort as I did when I was studying here. Now, about life, your life has to be led by choice rather than by chance. Or your life has to be led by design rather than by default. Like you could imagine once if I had left my life to be by default, if I hadn't taken the decision to join Oxygen, or if I hadn't taken the decision to work on my soft skills, or if I hadn't taken any decision that I took in the past, you could think what my condition would be right now. So you cannot blame your fate for anything that you don't have or anything that happened against your desire. Once you do your part, once you do the things that you have to do, everything will fall into right combination and success will be yours. So what you have to do is to take the decision. The sequence how these things happen is that your thoughts that generates the decision, and these decisions generate the action necessary for that the success. So now the real question comes: where does these thoughts come from? I will tell you that these thoughts come from your conditioning. Your mind conditioning generates these thoughts. Now let me explain this, because you have seen like the children of doctors become doctors, the children of engineers become engineers, the children of teachers become teachers, like the children of businessmen become businessmen. Like that, we have seen many examples. Why does this happen? Because from the very young age itself, the people around them, the people around these children tell that, yeah, your father is a very brilliant doctor, so you have the capacity. It's in your gene that you'll be a doctor. Yeah, your father is a very brilliant engineer, so as your father, you can also become engineer. It's conditioned in that mind. Like, yeah, I am born to become a doctor. I am born to become a businessman. I am born to become an engineer. Like that, it is conditioned in his mind. So whatever thought comes out of that brain will be related to this. So that is where we need to work. Like what I am telling you is that many of us have this conditioning in our mind as far as English is concerned. My father doesn't speak English. My mother doesn't speak English. I didn't study in an English medium school. I am 50 years of old. I am 50 years of age. So how can I study English? How can I talk like a foreigner? Or how can I study like a 20-year-old does? Or something like that.